Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Newsweek, where we bring you up to speed with headlines making the rounds recently. Now, this week, the Nigeria Customs Service Kano Area Command announced that it intercepted 4 trucks of food items as part of efforts to tackle smuggling. The spokesman for the service, Saidul Nuruddin, said the personnel of the service intercepted the vehicles transporting a significant quantity of food items intended for illegal export along the Adeja-Taura Ringim axis in Jigawa. Nuruddin listed the items to include 1,505 cartons of big and small-sized dried fish, 17 bags of local variety rice, and 2 bags of beans. Now, joining me now from our Abuja studio is Yusuf Ibrahim. He's the chairman at our Transformational Leaders and co-chair of Global Association of Christians and Muslims for Peace and Development. Yusuf Ibrahim, good to have you on the show this evening.
Thank you. You're welcome. Good evening to you.
Fantastic. All right, now quickly, the federal government has uncovered 32 routes through which food items are smuggled out of the country. And the customs has intercepted 4 trucks of food items on their way out in Kano. Now, what does this situation reveal about the state of the nation?
Thank you very much, and thank you, listeners and viewers. The situation has put the country as a nation that are not showing patriotic enough. Perhaps at this particular period of our challenges, there are factors that we need to take into consideration to support the government of the day, and equally the government of the day need to heed to the needs of the citizen. Where the two situations is lacking, automatically we need to derive a strategy to curtail the menace. However, when you talk about the idea of smuggling or the movement of food out of Nigeria, we need to look at the legality of the people that involved. Is it a business? Are there people that do business intra-business within Nigeria and other countries? Are there criminals? Are there people that are just doing that to sabotage the effort of the government? Are there people that are doing that for political reasons? So there are so many factors can lead to this. And perhaps the security agency need to sit on their toes to make sure that they bring the culprits to book in order to serve as a deterrent for those who might pass through such way. It's a bad situation, but we need to go and critically assess the integrity behind the whole situation, not just mere to say that certain group of people are tracked as a way of smuggling food item out of Nigeria. We need to look at it. Are there legal people? Are there people that are legal transacting business within Nigeria and outside Nigeria? Because as much as we are bringing in food to our country, or food materials or food stuff, we should equally expect that people are equally exporting some goods. So we need to understand what is the challenges, or who are the people. These are things that Nigerians are eager to hear, to know about. Not just to tell us that people were tracked or people are arrested.
All right, Mr. Yusuf Ibrahim, quickly. Now, it is obvious that some of the food, the scarcity of food items is artificial. The scarcity is actually artificial, caused by activities of smugglers and hoarders. Now, what factors do you think are behind this phenomenon, and how can it be curbed?
Well, thank you very much. You see, a country like Nigeria, there are so many factors that look to the impatience of some people due to the peculiar challenges that affect some people. Like the government of the day, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who in the course of his ambition has time without number promises Nigeria a lot of things that he's going to do to heal to the success of to provide succor to the citizen. And when he comes to the power, many people cherish his person due to his antecedent and the record he kept in the past. So people were joyful that hopeful things are coming on the way. But as time goes on, maybe by policy or by the kind of people he assembled to man the appear, because the president cannot be everywhere. The president who have told Nigeria that the position he attained today is a lifetime ambition. Nigeria should not expect, and everybody knows that there's no way somebody that is willing and has spent all his time and resources to build a future for himself, equally plan to fail. So anytime we find ourselves in a quagmire or challenges due to mismanagement, at times it's not the particular person at the helm of a peer. Maybe those people who are saddled with responsibility did not discharge their full expectations of responsibility. So in this kind of situation, we need to holistically review factors that lead to all these challenges, especially the issue of currency, the issue of food items, and the hunger in society. I believe that some persons, some people were appointed to a position which, in the feelings of the Mr. President, are willing for them to contribute their quotas equally to synergize effort to bring succor to the people. But let me just say that some of them are not performing to the expectations of Nigeria. But for the fact that they were not elected, all blames go to the table of the Mr. President, who is equally in position to holistically review the activities of his appointee, who we know that they have plugged us to this particular situation, just like what happened to the former President Buhari and the present president. That is the challenges that we need to look into, and they will equally need to ask the citizen to show support to the president and the nation and the entire country so that we can all come out of this particular situation.
All right, Yusuf, you made a point now that, the buck stops at the table of the president. But what is your reaction towards the intervention being provided by some governors already to ease the pain on the citizens? Because you know that regardless, the 36 governors cannot be folding their hands. They also have to be in the running to do what they have to do. So what is your reaction so far with the interventions being rolled out by some governors to ease the tension and curb the problem right now?
Okay, if we critically look at and assess the past regime, Mr. President or President Buhari then made some bold steps in engaging some state governors and some critical stakeholders in order to implement certain policies. At the end of the day, such policy did not work. Perhaps, I believe that Mr. President, who happened to be former governor of a state, always try to show solidarity to his colleague, who we term as comrade. But perhaps he might not get it right because the intentions and the feelings of other people might not be same as how he might think. Some governors has shown high level of insensitiveness to the plight of the citizen, most especially when it comes to areas that they need to augment the support of the federal government. As such, allocation going to the state can being the last people close to the society, supposed to show effort and synergize effort with the federal government to make sure they provide succor to the citizen. But we are not seeing that. On several occasions, accusation and counter-accusation has come in by allegation to the governors that some of them are not distributed expectedly. But however, we as a citizen are looking up to the president because he is the CLC. Is everything like on his table. If he applies certain, because it happened during the time of Buhari, some of these governors were people that contributed to the woeful performance of Buhari regime. So we pray that Mr. President should probably be cautious in patronizing comradeship to these governors, and he only need to put check and balancing into them. Because 3 years of government, if it is taken into consideration, local governments need to be now more active, because taking a record of Mr. President, who has a record of democratic norms and fighting for the local government, it is high time we need to revive the local government structure, which all these things can channel through. Also, some of the appointees are not living to expectation, because most of them are factors that lead to this particular quagmire we find ourselves. Take for instance, there are so many areas we understand that the president cannot be here, there, and there. That was why he chose lieutenants who are supposed to do the needful for him. We have the cases of some ministers that are interfering in other ministry, and all these things are bringing things that is not going to make the administration to move smoothly. Just 2 days ago, we saw how watch how the Minister of Finance openly telling Nigeria how he's going to distribute money without being forced to think how all this thing is going to work.
Okay, we're running out of time.
It is not only the governors. No, it's not only the governors. We need to look at it holistically, factors that lead to this particular situation we find ourselves. Some of the appointees are not working to the expectation.